What has mythology told you about death? What do you think about death?
Well, the way, if one can identify with the consciousness of which the body is a vehicle, and really achieve an identification with the consciousness of which the body is a vehicle, not knowing what it is, undifferentiated consciousness, one can let the body go. I like what I heard of Woody Allen, you know, I'm not afraid to die, I just don't want to be there when it happens. You can have disengaged yourself from the body and not be there, you might say. And yet, you know from myth and nature that the body dies. It perishes. It rots. We're back to the beginning of the mother. So you expect it. Growing old. I mean, you know what's happening. The body is rotting. It's dying. It's losing its energy. There's more mass than energy here. And the identification then with the life which in a plant survives pruning, cutting, and even eating. The plant is right back there again. Is you might say, a biological image that is metaphorical of this spiritual mystery. There's that wonderful report of the Indians riding into the rain of bullets from Custer's men, and they're saying, it's a good day to die. It's a great day to die. They're not hanging on. That's the message of the myth. You, as you know yourself, are not the final term of your being. And you must die to that one way or another, in giving of yourself to something or in being annihilated, actually, physically, to return, you might say, or to recognize. Life is always on the edge of death, always, and one should lack fear.
Quiet words of the Virgin Mary come again.
Beginning of your awakening is the rocket fuel you need to take your enlightenment, and you must utilize it or live on the lower planes for all existence. Human life is an opportunity for you to be able to ascend beyond materialism, individualism, and the cultures of your low civilization, the time for materialism and commodification that we happen to be born into. But within you, there lies deep, deep truth. There is a powerful force within us all, a realized potential for awakening and realization, and it is continually in communion with you, talking with you even now. If you can hear these voices without being played by the suggestions, then you have a chance of transcendence. For example, if I hear, "You forgotten fucking house keys," I can just breathe in and out, observe, and realize it is a thing again. Instead of saying, "Oh yeah, that's me," or becoming that feeling of, "Oh yeah, that's me." There is many, many people in here, like there are many, many people in there. Many, many things trying to realize themselves and each other. As with quantum physics, the electron is here, and there, and both, and neither, a super state of potentialities. Some have referred it to God. Simultaneously possible all realities. Simultaneously realized to overcome the negative thinking. Hear it, listen to it, but don't identify it. This is not something you will be able to do on day one. But if you continue to practice it, if we continue to practice it, then, perhaps, we'll all get somewhere. Together. That concludes the content. Thank you for listening. Peace and much love. Geezy333.
Peace.
To the students, a statement of the truth that will serve to reconcile the many bits of occult knowledge that they may have acquired, but which are apparently opposed to each other, and which often serve to discourage and disgust the beginner in the study. Our intent is not to erect a new temple of knowledge, but rather to place in the hands of the student a master key with which he may open the many inner doors in the temple of mystery through the main portals he has already entered.
A good group is better than a spectacular group. When leaders become superstars, the teacher outshines the teaching. The wise leader settles for good work and then lets others have the floor. The leader doesn't take all the credit for what happens and has no need for fame. Pay attention to silence. What is happening when nothing is happening in a group? That is the group field. 13 people sit in a circle, but it's the spirit in the center of the circle where nothing is happening that determines the nature of the group field. The silences and empty spaces reveal the group's essential mood, the context for everything that happens. This is the group field. Learn to see emptiness. It's the same with a vase or a pot. Learn to see the emptiness inside, which is the usefulness of it. Endless drama in a group clouds consciousness. Too much noise overwhelms the senses. Continual input obscures genuine insight. Do not substitute sensationalism for learning. Allow regular time for silent reflection. Let the senses rest and grow still. Teach people to let go of their superficial mental chatter and obsessions. Teach people to pay attention to the whole body's reaction to a situation. If you measure success in terms of praise and criticism, your anxiety will be endless. Having a good reputation or becoming well known for your work can be a hindrance to your further development. Fame is as burdensome as caring for yourself properly. When you can't see what's happening in a group, don't stare harder. Relax and look gently with your inner eye. When you don't understand what a person is saying, don't grasp for every word. Become silent inside and listen with your deepest self. When you are puzzled by what you see or hear, don't strive to figure things out. Stand back and become calm. When a person is calm, complex events appear simple. To know what is happening, be aware. See without staring. Listen quietly rather than listen hard. Use intuition and reflection rather than try to figure things out. The more you can let go of trying and the more open and receptive you become, the more easily you will know what is happening. Also, stay in the present. The present is good. Reflect. Be still. Ask yourself, what do I deeply feel? Trying too hard produces unexpected results. The flashy leader lacks stability. Trying to rush matters gets you nowhere. Trying to appear brilliant is not enlightened. Insecure leaders try to promote themselves. Impotent leaders capitalize on their positions. It isn't very holy to point out how holy you are. All these behaviors come from insecurity. They feed insecurity. None of them helps the work. None of them contributes to the leader's health. Any form of egocentricity or of selfishness obscures your deeper self and blinds you to how things happen. The leader who knows how things happen doesn't do these things. This is what Tao is not. It is not a thing. It is not a sound or any other vibration. It is not divisible into parts. It does not change. It cannot be diluted or augmented. It has no partner or complement. This is what Tao is. It is one. It is unity. It determines everything. It comes before everything. It is the law of everything. The clearest, most helpful word to use for Tao is how. Because Tao is the principle of how everything works. Remember that while it has no form or qualities, it is everywhere, all the time, forever.
Although life and death are opposites, it's only in degree. They are both inseparable. Preference is futile. Enjoy the dance of existence, my friends.